Welcome back to Cryptogains for another video. In this video, I want to show you the Bitcoin price chart, talk to you about what I see in the charts. Are we in a bull market? Well, hopefully this can help you answer that question. If it sounds interesting, drop that like, give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Before I go there, I want to introduce many people to my channel and the social coin that I have, because essentially my channel is now a digital asset which you can invest in. If you want to do that, come over to the Diamond app. The link is in the info section, click it, and then obviously you can invest in this channel if you like the channel. Watch the market cap grow and make crazy gains. As you can see right now, the price has just been surging. Each coin is about $500, but it's such a tiny market cap, tiny supply. It sounds weird talking about my channel like this. 131 coins, that's growing for more people that come in and mint. It's a 65K cap. So you're dealing with a micro cap project that has great potential, I think. But let me just, go on to the indicators now of Bitcoin, because there's some interesting things happening in these particular indicators. I've got the RSI, the stochastic RSI. This is on the daily time frame. I've got a moving average here, which is 20-day moving average. I want to show you this one first, because this was the last thing I spoke about in relation to Bitcoin's price. Because, like I said to you in the last video, if you watch my last technical analysis, we haven't been this high in the RSI for a long time. You can see it's about 90, 89, 88, 89. It's been high. And again, this is the daily time frame. But what we can see here is that it's actually holding support on this RSI off this yellow line. So we did see a little price fall, but it looks like it's bouncing off it and it's going to continue to go. So I then said, after this, I said it's very likely that we could go up to around 24K. Why? Because if you look on the weekly time, is it the weekly time frame? It should be the weekly time frame. Let me just check. Yep. I need to change this. Actually, let me switch it. I've got it on another chart. Let me just switch it to this one here. Is it this one here? Let me find. I've got it somewhere. Hold on. I'm gonna get there. I should be more prepared. My weekly time frame. Here we go. So this is the weekly time frame. Just to make sure this is the 200 week. Yep. And I got the 200 week up. And this is why I said pay attention to the 24K-ish, 24,500 level, because we were holding this 200, the red line, the moving average. The 200-week moving average as support in the past before. We've all, since Bitcoin's history, always held it as support right back from, 2015, 2016's bull run, right down to the crash in 2018, 2019. We held its support here. You can see it here. Even the C19, it came back above and it was holding on the line, right? But recently in this cycle, we fell below it and it worked as a resistance level. And you can see up here, we tried to break, we got rejected, came back down, and we have not been able to break above for a long time. Notice how I said in one of my other videos where I showed like an animation of the price moving. I said to you, what do you think is going to happen when we break this yellow line? And so far it's held true as to what I've been saying. I said when we break this yellow line, we may see Bitcoin's price go parabolic. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for this line up here. I believe that Bitcoin's going to come and test this, and as I said to you, it's slowly moving up. So we're still about 24,500 right now. Bitcoin's price is about $22,000, $22,900, almost $23,000, and I think that it's going to come up and come close to testing this line here. It's going to be big resistance, like I said, because, we've been holding this as support in the past. It now works as a ceiling. It's going to be hard to break above. But let me tell you something. If we break above this line, where is the next level that we should be, maybe paying attention to? What happens if I flip this to the monthly time frame? No, it doesn't show what I wanted it to show. Let me just come on this chart over here and flip this to the monthly time frame, because this is the 20 moving average. This could be a level to maybe consider paying attention to. This 20-week moving average here and this red line up here. This is if we break the 24K. And, we could see Bitcoin going on an insane rally. And this one is important because I've also been telling you for the last few months that you will know when the bear market is over and the bull cycle begins, because if you look here at the RSI, the blue one, on the indicators down here, this, symbols when we've been in a bear market and a bull cycle at the very tops of the bull cycle. So let's just quickly run back to 2014, 2015 cycle, just to show you how when we've seen this blue line, which is, the relative strength shows buy, like buy power. How much people are buying over is the price, get it out, is the price of Bitcoin overbought or oversold? When we seen it up here at a 97 level ish, 95 level, Bitcoin's price has always been considered overbought, and it's always been at the tops, the peaks of the bull cycle, and then we've seen it crash down into a bear cycle. And notice again, look, when we came into the next 2017's top, 2017, 2018, look, the top of the bull cycle here resembles and matches this 95 level on the RSI, right? And just take a look again here. So when we recently had this massive rally, many people thought that this was the top, the second top, but actually, when you look at all Glassnode analysis and all the indicators, the RSI being one of them, this one here, this resembles this being the top, because the RSI never ever went as high as it did on the second time. We can see it coming down, forming a divergence. I mean, would some people call it a bearish divergence? When the RSI is going down, the price makes a second high, bang, come down. So, this is what we've been looking for, or what I've been looking for and paying attention to. But also, I said to you, notice how in the past, when we start these rallies, what are we looking for? There's a key signal that we're looking for, and it's with this RSI, it's the break of this yellow line. So just to really show you, and this is where I circled it, right, where the blue line breaks this yellow line, that's when we see prices, if you match it up, start to rise, and we see it go parabolic, and that's what we saw. And notice here again, so when this blue line down here on the RSI, and again, this is the monthly time frame, which means each candle signals a month's worth of trading action. So when you see this blue line break the yellow line, bang, that's when we saw the price of Bitcoin, you can see it right here, absolutely explode. It went from like $3,000 to 14K. And, this is where we are heading now. So if you look at where we are right now, with the Bitcoin price, where we're looking at, the RSI, we are literally, and I'm going to see if I can make another eclipse right now, about to make our cross with this yellow line. Oh, that's a different type of eclipse. Let me try the other one. The circle eclipse. We're very close to making a break right here on the RSI, and I want to just focus our attention on this for now. Let me see if I can make this big. So if we see this blue line come up and cross, my God, be prepared. Because fireworks could seriously explode for Bitcoin if it breaks this line, just like what we saw in the past, right? So, and again, I can only show you data what I know, and this, this is what holds to be true right now. And if we do see this break of the yellow line come up, and also notice the stochastic RSI down here, for those that are wondering, this is price momentum. Do we have a lot of buy pressure coming in, sell pressure? And we've been waiting for something like this in the past. You can see here where the blue line crosses with the red, the blue's in front, and they're both going up like this, and they come into this blue zone. You can see here, let me show you in the past, that it comes up into the blue zone. That's where we see a lot of buy pressure kick in. And again, notice that this measures up with the bull rally when it starts, right? So when we see the blue line and red line come in on the monthly time frame on the stochastic RSI, that's a signal that the bull cycle started. And you can see here, look, so when this comes up into this blue zone, we've begun. So where are we right now? Well, we're not nowhere near the blue zone yet, but you can see, just show you here, we're starting to come up. You see, this is starting to come up now, and this is what I was trying to prepare you guys for before, saying pay attention to this, because this is when you're going to know when the bull cycle begins. So when the blue line and the red line come into this blue area, and on top of, the RSI breaking this yellow line, that's it. This bull cycle, if you didn't get a chance to buy crypto, I'm sorry, I've been telling you for a long time. Buy some crypto whilst it's cheap. So, and then I think we're going to come up, and then we're going to test this price here of $34,600. But we'll talk about that as the price moves on later on. One more thing I want to show you, which is powerful, is this, because I showed you this before. I called it the traffic lights. It's basically the Williams alligator, or the William three lines. You can grab this up and trade with me if you like. Click on the blue, the square here, the blue, and then Bill Williams three lines. And all I've done is set it so, like, the lowest one. And again, this is on the monthly time frame for Bitcoin, right? The lowest one is the red, or the bottom from here, and then orange and green. So you got the red, amber light, and then green light. And let's just pay attention to what happened in the past, because what we're looking for is, are we in a bull market? Has it begun? How do we know it begun before? Well, if you look at this, we can use these as a signal. So the red line, when we break this red line from the base, like meaning we've formed the bottom now, when you break the red line and we see prices break above the red line, and it breaks above the orange line, you see here, and then it breaks above the green line. That for me confirms that, you know, we are straight up ready to go in a bull cycle, especially if it breaks the green line and remains above the green line or remains above this red line here. And you can see how it bounced off this. But you want to see the price break all three colors to confirm we are in a bull cycle. Okay. Another thing that I like about this, and I'll just bring the circle over here, is this part here where this green line's coming up. You can see it coming up in the past, and then it crosses with the red line and the orange line. And I said this before, if you're new, I'll show you again. Usually when we see this green line cross with the red line and the orange line, that usually confirms that we've seen a bottom. Or the bottom, you know, giving you a good insight that the bottom could be in, which would have been this one here. But in saying that, this had a double bottom. You can see it here as well, right? So you can use that as an insight as to, you know, we may be seeing forms of a bottom, right? But what we really want to focus on is when we see this price action, these candles break above the red, get a confirmation of the amber being broken, and then the green line being broken, and that's it. We just hold support on this red line. Or all three lines. And let's just take a look now at 2018's bottom cycle. So here's my fine example. So we saw price action break above the red line, you see it here, and then we see it break above the orange. It then broke above the green one, and then we held support. Even though we saw this COVID crash right down here, look at the wick, look at where the body candles started to hold support above this green line. And that is important because, you know, if it breaks the green line, then, you know, that's when you're going deep down into a bear cycle. So then, you know, you can see it here as an example, right? We saw the massive rise up, and then we saw right here, it broke this green line. And this is where we've been in this bearish cycle, and you can use it here as well. Like the green line, price action broke it, bearish. I mean, if you really want to get in taking profits early, you can probably use this red line. Again, you know, you got the red light as a, if it breaks it, once you've seen the massive cycle top, if it breaks the red light, then you can say, actually, no, it's come into the red light now, I better consider taking profits. And then, you know, you'd be taking profits anywhere around here, like, well, with this example would have been 9,000. If we move it to where we are now, when we saw the first break, sort of like here, and it came back up, you know, this is anywhere here you could have taken profits. If I'd seen it come up again, I would have considered taking profits here, only because we had saw a break in the first place, which signaled that the trend was weak. It was too much. The buy pressure was dying out, you know, so it was flipping. It was going bearish because many people were prepared to sell. So this is where we are now. You know, I'm looking at this, and this hopefully gives you a good, clean insight as to if we are in a bull cycle yet. Like I said, we want to see the candles break above the red, the orange, and the green. And when we're above the green and we start printing candles above, that's when we're bullish. So right now, in order for it to go above the green, you know, we need to come somewhere like here. What's this price? $38,000. So we might be a while yet until we get above all three lines to be confirmed in a bull cycle. But I still think it's a good time to be buying crypto now. You know, I see this sort of like this area here. You know, we're just about breaking this red line. This is where, you know, this is where the bottom was. This is the red line breaking out. So if this area was the bottom here, you know, you've missed it. Hopefully you guys did buy, and now you can consider buying more. So we'll see what happens over the time, you know, if what happens with Bitcoin, and I'll keep you up to date with this. If this was helpful to you, please drop that like, give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Again, this is long-term, a long-term perspective and long-term technical analysis. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. So, you know, take your time on this one, pay attention to these, and we'll see what happens as time goes on. And again, if you like this channel, if you're finding it helpful, grab the token. The link is in the info section. It's so easy. All you need is some Deso tokens, which you can get on Coinbase. You then send it to your MetaMask. You send it to your Diamond app, which you can sign in with your MetaMask, and then you can then buy the token here. It's been going crazy. Early investors, which I still class you as an early investor into this channel, you're getting it. You're talking a 65,000 cap. It's many people would love to get in on a project that they think could do really well on a 65k cap. It's very tiny. Anything under $1 million is it's a great buy. Market cap size is a great buy because you're dealing with a tiny cap. So if you think my channel is going to do 100k, 300k, 500k, $1 million one day, then maybe this could be good for you, because people are making great money on this, regardless of whatever my project and channel is doing. So thank you for watching. Oh, and become a Patreon. Look, the link is also in the info section. So many people coming in. I see you, thank you, appreciate you all. Welcome in. You're all making crazy gains. I recommend this one here. my exclusive VIP partner tier, because this unlocks all my posts. You can see when I'm buying, selling, staking, all of that. You won't miss a thing. Get that if you can afford it. I definitely recommend this tier, but if you can afford it, go for my next tier above. It gives you my super alerts. You get access to my VIP Telegram group. In here, the CEO tier, you deal with high crypto profiles. They know how to make money, sharing great projects all the time. You do not want to miss out. So, and I talk to them in here way before I buy, way before I sell. So, you know, they're getting a good quick edge on this market. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.